I met Barbara a long time ago but nobody wants to know. And, j'y arrive pas.
Okay, monsieur. Well, I'm sitting here with Clarice. I know her for a long time, and we got along together, and she told me about her life and her suffering. And in my way, I thought, look, I can help you. Just we can talk about it. And somehow she wasn't ready for it. And the way I saw it, she just wanted to suffer in silence and being really afraid to ask help for others. And the understanding that people have to understand you're not alone in this world. There is help.
True.
There is help, and if you start talking about it, other people will understand. And once I was driving in the car, and I saw, oh, Clarice is calling me. And I thought about, oh, we're going to talk like, women's stuff, and she bought some nice jeans or something fashionable. No. I hear that voice, that desperate voice, and said, I need help. And then tell me.
And then, yes, I really need help. I'm the person who was so, like Barbara said, it's my proud to not want help, but at that day, I need help. I felt like my body completely fall down. And so I called Barbara. And she asked me to find a way in my house to lay down and to find start to process on the.
It's really to.
But
the
because
most important thing was actually that I had to tell her, go into your home, lie down on the couch, put the phone on speaker, because I'm in the car right now and I have to find a parking space.
And I remember
on the freeway.
And I remember I said, Barbara, you cannot do that on the phone. And she said, it's a première, right? And
I wasn't prepared. I mean, I didn't have notes, I didn't have anything. So it was out of me, just coming from me. And I have to say, through the knowledge I have and understanding to her words, how desperate she was to get help, I had to put all my knowledge together. And the most important thing to me was actually listening to you, hearing your voice, how it went. It sounded so desperate, so it cried out for help.
It cried out for help because I need to jump for something in my life right now, at that moment. And I was so scared. But I remember.
What do you mean to jump? What does that mean to you?
The feeling of myself was nothing. Not capable to do anything, not capable to receive love, not capable to feel love, not capable to achieve about myself. It was something like, you are here, present in that world, the presence of yourself in that world, but you are not there. So you need to find, like pieces of electron everywhere, but the wrong way. Looking, where is your spot here?
Your reason for living, basically.
Exactly.
What's your purpose?
Yes.
You had the feeling you had no purpose in life. I have to say that's actually quite a few people have that. They feel like they have no purpose in life, and that holds them back to move forward, makes them sad, brings them into the victim mentality. And from that, it is my job to bring you out of that victim mentality, to bring you into survivor mentality, so that you see what you can do with your life, that you survived all these things, and you're still here, and taking the learnings with you and take that to move forward. So, okay, you lie down. I had my parking spot. I had you on speaker. And all my question was actually just asking, no, lie down, are you comfortable? That's very important. And what do you see around you? So I wanted you to.
In fact, it's the first moment that I felt the experience, and it was completely crazy. I was laid down. I have the conscience because she asked me to go in a place. She asked me, where is the point in your house then you still have that, blocking area? And I said, in the basement. So she asked me to see myself going in the basement. But I did not only see myself going in the basement, I saw myself lay down on the couch and saw myself going in a basement. So I figured out that there is my corpse somewhere and something else, that entity, I don't know if you say that, going through the basement, and at that moment you ask me something to do. And the fact that go down to the basement, it was my first step to jump on something against the fear about that basement, what happened in that basement, personal stuff. Baba knows it's the process of the studying where I am right now and feel good right now. And when you notice, then I start to slow down. She put me again, she asked me to go again and have the relax. So going like I transfer my body to the body who was laid down here on the couch and wake up, but at that moment we know where to study and start the process of really healing myself.
So the process of being in hypnosis, how did that feel now? How did you feel before? How did you feel after? During the process, I didn't see you, but what's very important to me to know that even in hypnosis, during hypnotherapy, you're in control. You're completely in control of what you're doing. I know we say asleep, and that just comes from Greek because hypnosis means sleep. But you're in a deep relaxation state that people in general have a hard time to go because the mind goes up and down. And in that deep relaxation state that I guide you through and understand. Did you ever have the feeling you were out of control or?
No, your voice really control every step. And yes, when you notice that I start to really get agitated by your way, you know how to wake me up. And when I wake up, I felt good. And I told you, I felt like, wow, you got 1 point, and I love that first step. Because remember, I was completely down when I called you.
Oh, yeah.
Completely down. I'm sorry, I would say one word, then it was not accepted. But really, really down. I know that. And at the end, when I wake up, I was like,
what? I mean, I remember.
What is that feeling so great on, no?
It's...
Blink in the eyes, you feel like...
It is, what I'm doing actually is, you have your mind here, you have the critical mind that really rejects today everything. When you want to make a change in your life, the critical mind goes through it and said, no, we did that for 20 years, why should we change it? And it rejects it. It never goes deep in the unconscious mind, and the unconscious mind is just quiet there with all those file cabinets that we got in for years. We were told we cannot, or you shouldn't, or you're stupid. It happens quite a lot, or you never will be able to achieve anything in your life. It's quietly in the unconscious mind. And through hypnotherapy, I guide you through. I pass by the critical mind. Mind and the unconscious mind becomes one, and they start to agree together, yes, we can make changes. And I make change in the unconscious mind. And that's why I always ask my client first, what do you want? What is it what you want? And we make that change it into a positive way. So you see what you're doing and what you did unconsciously, bring it up to the conscious mind, and that's we can release it and replace it with the positive suggestion that actually the client gives me. What does that mean to you?
Clairement, Je crois I felt completely on the dark.
Before.
So I feeling really on the dark, and it's like something gave me more energy, or I don't know, the kind of power. And so I said in myself, that is my subconscious. I was fighting with my conscience and my subconscious. And I said, when I call you, I said, I need to figure it out, how to find and to put that balance in my life. Because for a good living and for a good health, you might need that. And so...
when you got, I remember we were about 45 minutes on the phone. The indication that the client gives me when I talk to them, they give me answers. And it is the way they answer. There's a different way of answering when I know they are deep in trance, or they are still there and just want to make me happy and say, okay, I'm in. You cannot not play with that. I hear that. The answers when you're deep in the unconscious mind are different, a way that they talk to me. And once she gave me the answers, because even through the phone, I did not see her, I heard her breathing, and I needed to ask her questions, and she answered back. And with all these answers, I was able to guide her even through deeper in the state of hypnosis, in that deep relaxation, to make that change. And we were able to make that change in 45 minutes.
And you really did. Because that change, like I said, you really did.
But you have to understand that you say, I did, you did it. And I'm just,
because
I guide you through.
Yes.
But the change is from her, and it is. And I have to repeat that. In order to do that, we need the commitment from the client. He needs to commit, and he has to be willing to make that change. And facing the fear and get over the fear. You have to suffer before you get to the calm state. And through hypnotherapy, in hypnosis, and I'm helping you not with hypnosis, I help you in hypnosis to go through getting over these obstacles and getting out on the other side of the tunnel, enlightened, and see the new light and the new life in front of you. So after that, how did your life went on? How
you remember then you said, okay, now because you're far, we can, process, and because I felt good and blah, blah. And you gave me some tools. Then for the next 3 weeks, you need to remember, then, you worthy, comme tu n'es pas rien, tu es quelqu'un, tu dois plus avoir peur.
You have a purpose.
Donc, you have a purpose, tu as pas peur. That put me on the stage then. Need to be concentrate for yourself and works deep inside yourself and make it works. So the 3 weeks with that. So you have your own tool, because it's not only, hypnosis, it's the first step, you do it, but you need also to work for different things. It's like, comment je pourrais dire?
Tu le parles en French.
Oui, mais j'arrive même pas déjà à le dire en français, donc pour te dire, je trouve mes mots.
I give to the client, I would call it homework. You have to work on it. And the most important thing is writing it down with your own handwriting. Handwriting is an ideomotor response. That means you write with your unconscious mind. As a kid, we learn how to do our alphabet. We have to remember the A's like this is B, this is C. But now we say a word, and we know exactly how to write it. It comes from the unconscious mind. So when you use your handwriting, it goes directly to the unconscious mind and puts a seed in there, and it will grow when you believe it. And it's very important to write this down before you go to sleep.
Does it
So
remind you?
through the night, before you sleep, read it again and believe in it before you see it. The unconscious mind will notice that. And in the night, we're in a kind of relaxation, and there is a time we're in hypnosis too, and that's when we can when the unconscious mind will make the change. So to me, it needs 3 weeks to do it. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Repetition is good, and as long as it's not destructive. Positive repetition, to have that habit, that it becomes an unconscious habit, and you're doing it without even thinking about it in a positive way. So that's what you did.
Exactly.
You did your homework.
I did my homework like a baby. That's normal, you know
Yeah.
what? It's exactly that. You need a step to go and to arrive at the, you know, the feeling that I have right now. And so it's really powerful. The feeling, it's a great feeling.
When I see Clarice today, in a way that she found the purpose of her life. She found also to love herself. That's very important, and self-respect. I love the way she talks about her future life now, what she wants to do, and she actually sees it. She sees it and she feels it, and just to see her smile today, because I saw her too many times in different emotions and reaching for the tissue. Today it's a pleasure to see her, and the way she can help herself. And in any case, you know, when there is some kind of problem and obstacle, she knows she can call me, or
now
we can talk about it and take care of it immediately. So it's that little tune-up that I'm talking about. We have to go.
We know, and I will not fear any more than to call you and to... I was stupid to wait all this time. All this time, I was stupid to wait and pick up the phone or to take the flight and say, I need Barbara, I need really to...
You were too poor. It's fear, but you know, the most important thing is, after all this, you see yourself and you have to laugh about it.
Yeah, no.
And that's when I know that people moved ahead, and they laugh about what they did. And I really did that. I'm sorry, but I was that stupid. That was ridiculous.
Don't be afraid to be stupid one time in your life.
But laugh about it later on.
No, it's nice to
learn about, you know, people call it failure, mistakes. It's just a learning. You learn something about it. And don't repeat it again. It's like Edison said, it took him 995 times to make a light bulb. He never gave up. He looked what he did right and worked with that, instead of looking what we did wrong. What has to improve? So focus on the positive instead of what did you do wrong. How can we fix it instead how did we get there? It's not important. You're there anyway.
Exactly.
How can we fix that? And this is a very important lesson. If I may, you know, I went to my studies and to become a clinical hypnotherapist. And just at the end of the class, one teacher, she stood up and she just looked at us and said, I got out of the house. I walked down the street. There was a big hole. I fell into it. I got hurt. It took me a while to get out. I walked away. I got out of the house. I knew there was a hole. I fell into it. I got hurt. It took me a long time to get out. It was my fault. I walked away. I got out of the house. I walked down the street. I knew there was a hole. I tried to go on the left. I slipped into it. I fell in. I got hurt. It took me a long time to get out. It was my fault. I walked away. I got out of the house. I walked down the street. I knew there was a hole. I went down around the right side. I fell into it again. I got hurt. It took a long time to get out. I walked away. It was my fault. I got out of the house. I took a different way.
And that's is
what we have to do.
Exactly.
So we tend to repeat and to think another outcome. No, you have to take another way. The unknown way, but it's new, and enjoy it. Take the up and downs, find your road, take the swirls, the curves, just shift down. Look around what you can do with it. Go into it, take the courage, and go further. Find your purpose in life. Everybody has a purpose in life. Have the courage to say no to people.
Oh, that is very important.
Stop thinking what other people will think, because you don't know. You never ever will know what they will think. So what are you worried about? Do what's good for you.
And we find
you are the most important person in your life. Respect yourself like you respect others. Love yourself like you love others. Your body is your body. Accept your body the way he is and embrace it. Get up in the morning, be thankful for what you have. Be thankful that you actually woke up above the ground. Look forward to your good cup of coffee, to look forward to something good in life. It's there. Grab it, because every morning will be there again and you woke up. You have the choice how you want to wake up. Be powerful, step out of your own way, and look for the positive in your life and move forward.